the first game of the NFL season. I don't know about y'all. I'm sure you wasn't waiting for NFL to start because the Raiders suck, right? You wasn't like
Wow,
happy about
that
this.
was that's nice.
I mean, let's just are you? Are you excited about football? Are you ready for
I'm
Raiders
always
football or
excited
what?
about. I'm always excited about football until we start the season. Season six.
Until we start the season. That's fair enough. So y'all know, tomorrow night is usually we get a rematch of the Super Bowl game. You know why we're not getting a rematch tomorrow, Al?
No, no, I
So
don't know. Please
t-
educate me.
tomorrow we're not getting a rematch because it is the 100th season of the NFL and the 100th season for the Chicago Bears. So
So, are we doing a Packers Bear game because those are like the two oldest teams in the NFL?
they are doing a rivalry game just to, I guess, show some love to some teams that have been in the NFL for a mighty long time. We got
Ah, that's interesting.
yep. So we got the Green Bay Packers, Chicago Bears at home at what is that? Soldier Field, Soldier Field, one of those two.
Soldier Field, yeah.
Soldier Field. There you go. Bears suck, man. Forget the Bears. The Bears are coming out as a 3.5 point favorite against the Packers. How you feel about that?
Well, I'm a little torn on that. The defensive coordinator last year for the Packers was, I think, Mike Ennis,
I'm not
something.
sure
No,
what his
not
name is,
Mike Pettin, I think his name was.
but
But
I
he used to
know
coach for the Browns, and they had their best defensive season in years when he was their head coach. So, I mean, I'd like to see him do that with the Packers because I like Aaron Rodgers, but I mean, I don't know if that means the Bears should be a 3.5 point favorite necessarily, because Mitch Trubisky is pretty unproven.
he's pretty on what?
He's unproven.
He's unproven. So can I
Yes.
give you some can I give you some stats about Mitch then? Since you feel like
Oh yes, let's
he's
do it. Oh, I want some stats.
so I don't know if you know, but the Mitch Trubisky led Chicago Bears were 7-1 at home last year, right?
Right.
Seven
Yup.
and
Seven
one,
and one.
and he had a
Mm-hmm.
97.2 passer rating at home.
Oh my God. Yes. And how many yards per game did he throw?
That's a great question. I'm not sure, but it don't matter
Pretty
to
sure it's not over 300. I'm
yo
pretty
300
sure it's
yards,
so. I'm pretty sure it's something mid like 201, 217.
300
I'm
yards.
not.
So you rather
He's more
300
of a.
yards over seven and
I
one?
mean,
Because
okay.
I don't
So
need 300
what
yards
do
if you're
you
getting me 7-1 at home, bro.
what do you value? I mean, he's not getting them 7-1 at home. Their defense is getting them 7-1 at home because
The
it's not like
defense is
he's throwing.
definitely the defense is
He's
definitely
not
helping
throwing
them
six
win.
touchdowns a game. He's like managing the game. He's not
That's
losing them
but see,
games. He's also not winning them games.
sometimes that's all you need a quarterback to be. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody can't
When's the
be.
last time you heard of a game manager winning Super Bowls?
Okay, maybe not
Oh
winning
shit, we're
Super
quiet in
Bowls.
here.
Maybe not
Okay,
winning Super Bowls,
that's
but a
new.
game manager could definitely get you to the Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? He can
I mean,
definitely
he can
get you
get you
there.
to the playoffs. I mean, there were game managers like Trent
Listen,
Dilford,
man.
and I'm pretty sure there's others that rode the coattail of great defenses,
I'm about
but
to
I
say,
don't
we talking
know.
about the Chicago Bears, bro. Rex Grossman rode the
Yeah,
hotel
he
of the
rode
Chicago
that team.
Bears and got them to
Peyton
the Super
Manning's
Bowl.
last Super Bowl, he rode that defense. I mean, it's not unheard of, but I don't think in a division where you have to play Aaron Rodgers twice a year and the Vikings, you don't know what you're gonna get from the Vikings year from year. But their coach is pretty good. Mike Zimmer's a pretty good coach. So I mean, you play them twice. It's really hard for me to look at the Bears and be like, oh yeah, they should definitely be a 3.5 favorite against the Packers.
I feel you, especially against Aaron Rodgers team. That's why what I'm saying. I'm not gonna tell y'all my prediction right now. I'll tell y'all at the end. But against an Aaron Rodgers led team, I definitely think that is that's tough for them to be a 3.5. But they did beat the Packers by a touchdown last year.
Their last game, but you know what they did their first game that's the season that they
They
played? I'm
blew a
pretty sure they
20 point lead.
lost.
They blew,
Yeah,
yeah, they were up 20-0, and Aaron Rodgers, he definitely led them to a comeback. That is correct.
and that's before their best player of that team on their defensive unit, Mike Daniels, got cut this year. So that tells me right now that Mike Daniels isn't better than who they got in front of him. So they're probably looking at a better defense than they had yesterday. I mean, it's presumptuous, but
Who,
it's
who are we talking? Whose
possible.
defense are we talking about? The Packers?
The Packers defense, Mike Daniels got cut. I don't think I think he's the defensive end, but he was their best defensive player the last 2 years, and he got cut this offseason. I'm pretty sure he did.
Or they picked up. I don't know if these guys are defensive ends. They had them listed online as offensive linebackers. They picked up Zadarius Smith and Preston Smith, and they actually picked up Adrian Amos from the Bears at safety.
Oh,
So
Adrian Amos was pretty good. I don't think he was. I don't. I mean, there's like always one player on every side of the ball that's like the glue to each side. I don't think he's the glue, but I think Eddie Jackson is of that
oh yeah,
defense.
of
And
that
Khalil Mack
defense.
is just the icing on the cake. But I mean, he was definitely a really good player for them last year, so he should make some plays for the Packers this year.
He definitely should. Let's talk about the Bears a little bit. I don't know if they made many offensive improvements. I know they took a safety, I think first round. No, the
They're
Packers took a
talking
safety
up. They're
first round in
talking
the
up their
draft.
running back. They're talking up their running back that they drafted Montgomery, I think, or they're really talking him up. They're making him seem like he's moving in front of Tariq Cohen. I haven't looked at their depth chart. I'm literally just. I've been reading headlines, and that's all I hear out of Bears camp. Is, oh, Montgomery, they love Montgomery. Oh, that's all I hear.
Okay. Yeah, but they still have the same stout defense. They still got, like we was just talking about, Eddie Jackson, Khalil Mack, Akeem Hicks. So I think that defense is, still gonna do what they did last year. 7-1
mean,
at home,
and
and that's
all
pretty
right, so
good.
we got Amos not playing in the backfield not playing in the secondary for the Bears. So how does that stop someone like Devontae Adams from running amok on the Bears defense?
I guess that's just adjustments. I definitely would expect the coaches of the Bears to make these kind of adjustments.
And the defensive coordinator for the Bears last year is, I believe, he's the head coach for the Broncos this year.
Okay.
So we don't got the same play callers for the defense. So I mean, they still have a good defense. I'd imagine.
We still got a lot of those same playmakers.
I'm pretty sure I could coach the defense and I could look pretty competent as a defensive coordinator. But I mean, we don't know if they're going to be the same defense. They should be, but I don't know if the defensive coordinator going to put them in the same position they were last year.
Let's
And
hope
even
that
last year, they wasn't good enough.
let's hope that they're a pretty good defense because Rodgers all time is 16-5 against the Bears. All right. He's 16-5 against the Bears while throwing 45 touchdowns to 10 interceptions.
Okay. And
So,
last year, I believe he had 2 interceptions last year, but nobody talks about that.
all season, or
All
just
season,
against the Bears?
Nope. 2 interceptions all season.
Wow, that's crazy. I'm not. I'm not like hot on Aaron Rodgers like most people. I'm a Tom Brady baby. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, you can't really compare the two. I mean, I understand Tom Brady's a winner, but we both
a
we both
winner.
look at Aaron
You say
Rodgers.
that like
Yes.
you said that too subtle, man.
What else do
you
you
gotta,
do besides
you gotta
win?
say that with your chest, bro.
We both looked at some Aaron Rodgers plays and like, how the hell does a human being be able to do that? So
Oh yeah,
I mean,
I definitely agree. He's great at what he does. Don't get me wrong.
but I mean, it's just hard for me to like. I mean, I know the Bears' defense is good, but I just don't trust Trubisky. That's all I'm saying.
Don't
Because
trust
if it's
Trubisky.
in a situation where he has a 2-minute offense, I don't feel confident he can make a play. If it's in a situation where he needs to take the lead back, I don't feel confident that he can he can bring the lead back to them. You know what I'm saying? As long as he doesn't lose them the game, they should be okay. But if he makes one mistake, against Aaron Rodgers, that could be
Definitely
bad.
be costly. That could definitely be costly. But that goes just back to what we were saying earlier. I think he's fairly decent at managing the game. I mean, he did show us that last year, but this could be that could have been a little luck factor. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these new guys come in and then they just get hot, and then the next season they cool off. So this is definitely
I mean,
gonna be.
the league gets tape on these guys,
Yeah,
So, like,
exactly.
somebody who's not
They get crazy. They
as-
get footage from all angles. So you know what I'm saying?
somebody who's not as dynamic. I don't think he's as dynamic as Dak Prescott. So, like, and Dak Prescott, he was still hard to stop when you gave him some help over the top. But everyone knows what Dak Prescott's weaknesses are, and it was looking bad for him for a little bit before they got Amari Cooper last year.
It was that. That is
But
definitely big
I don't
facts.
think Trubisky is the same type of player as
Who are his
dynamic as
receivers?
Dak.
Who's Mitch throwing the ball to?
They got a wide receiver from the Falcons, Taylor Gabriel, I think his name is.
Okay,
I know they don't have.
not a big name,
Uh,
but somebody.
that's somebody. That's a little speedster. I forget who else they had on the side, and I think they,
They have
and, in
Allen
their running backs.
Robinson, Anthony Miller,
Oh
Riley
yeah, from
Ridley.
the
Is this Riley
Jags.
Ridley from Georgia? Yeah, okay. I didn't know they had Riley. That's what's up. Hmm.
And I think they got Tariq Cohen running back, and I believe Montgomery, their other running back, they haven't shut up about all summer long.
That's crazy because I
Uh,
haven't really, maybe I haven't been following them too much, but I haven't heard them talk about this Montgomery guy. Who, what college he went to or where he's
I
from?
have no idea who this person is, but every time I scroll through my timeline, it's like the Bears PR people are like doing some damage control and like they're like really talking up their running backs for whatever reason, and they have a lot of confidence in this Montgomery kid. I don't know. Like I heard of him more than I heard of Tony Pollard, and Tony Pollard was starting preseason games because Zeke was out of the country.
Right. That's crazy. He's from Iowa State. When I just Googled David Montgomery, it goes fantasy alert. Bears are pinching themselves over the running
I
back,
told you.
David
I told
Montgomery.
you. It will not
Pinching
shut up.
themselves.
And like I remember the last time I want to say the Raiders did that with a running back. I can't remember. It was after Latavius Murray left. I can't remember who he had, but it was some trash. They were just like trying to get the fan base excited for the running backs that we had. We haven't had a good running back since Latavius Murray. I mean, Marshawn was pretty good.
Is Tyreek not good? I feel like Tyreek had a decent year. Why are they looking
Oh,
to
Tyreek
replace
is
him?
really good. He's really shifty. He's a small guy, but the media doesn't like hyping up small running backs because they don't want smaller people to think that they can make it in the NFL.
5'6", 191. This thing says he only had 3 touchdowns last year.
With Tariq Owens, yeah, he's a scat back, so he gets a lot. He makes a lot of people miss.
His longest rush was for 32 yards, but he averaged, I think this is saying, yeah, 4.5 yards a carry, which is
That
pretty,
ain't too shabby.
yeah, no, that's pretty decent. That is pretty decent. Started
I,
7
I
games.
yeah, I want to say they traded their number one. They traded him away to the Eagles, if I'm not mistaken. I could be completely wrong, but I think their number one running back from last year they traded away, and the Eagles had him or have him now, and the Eagles are trying to trade Melvin Gordon for him straight up, and for some draft picks as well.
Yeah, I've been hearing a lot of rumors that my Titans are thinking about trading for Melvin Gordon. Like my fans are kind of in uproar. There's
Why
some
not?
people are like, "Why
Why
would we
not?
do this?" That's what I'm saying. I
Why
don't
wouldn't you?
really, I don't really know. Well, the big thing is that we've been hearing is that we would need to give up Derrick Henry to acquire Melvin Gordon.
What? What?
That's what I don't like. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean, if I had to choose between the two, I'd definitely go Melvin Gordon. But with
That's
that
what
being
everybody's
said,
saying
I
because.
haven't.
Go ahead, my bad.
Melvin Gordon's used as a battering ram with the Chargers. Whenever they play us, Melvin Gordon, he gets probably like 16 yards up the middle, will probably be his biggest run, and then he'll be used in the red zone like crazy. Like, they'll batter us with him, and that's how he gets most of the touchdowns. So I imagine that's how they use him all season long because we're not the best defensive front seven in the league. So like, I imagine the Chargers use that guy for like most of their goal line stands when they're in that situation, which I'd imagine to be a lot. Because I remember one season he had like 24 touchdowns or something, 23 or something.
That's
But his
crazy.
yards, I don't think he had like 3,000 yards or
I
anything
didn't
like
know
that.
that they
But he
were
definitely
both
had
around
like
the
20.
same age. Derrick Henry's 25, Melvin Gordon is 26. Now knowing that, I'm saying take the trade all day.
Yeah, I mean
Before,
Melvin Gordon's a little injury prone, but I believe Derrick Henry is a little bit
definitely,
too.
that was a big, like, let's call it a bug in the back of my mind about that trade. I just know because, like, we always get somebody injured. Tennessee always gets somebody injured, and that was my biggest concern was that we would trade for Melvin Gordon and he'll get injured in like week 1 or something like that. But we've
Definitely possible, but I mean, I think your kicker's on IRs. You got a new kicker. What else did I hear out of Titans camp? I follow him a little bit just because you're black ass. But I'm hearing a lot of people are thinking the Titans. I don't want to call them a dark horse because in order to be a dark horse, you project to be like 6 wins, 5 wins, and then you end up making a deep playoff run. I don't think you guys are a dark horse, but
Bro,
I think you guys
I
can
don't think our
still.
over under is that high. I'm gonna go check on Vegas right now while you're
It
talking,
has
but
to. It has to be. It
I
has to be like a lot higher with the demise of Andrew Luck.
right, I honestly I think that well, it if it's still going, it probably has risen, but when those numbers came out, I'm pretty sure our over under for how many games we were gonna win this year was at
It's like
like
8, right?
8. Yeah,
Yeah,
somewhere
that's
around 8. I
remarkable.
want to
But
say.
if I remember correctly, you guys had like a top 15 defense. It was probably a lot higher than that. But because I think your cornerbacks are pretty good. I think you guys got Malcolm Butler, who's okay. I thought he was some expensive burnt toast when you guys bought him, but he's not a bad cornerback. And you guys had another young guy, or your safety, I think, just became the highest paid safety in the league, right?
Yeah, yeah, Kevin Byard. Kevin Byard definitely does his thing back there. He is. I think he's a good safety to be behind Malcolm Butler and Ryan Logan because I'm just like you. When we first spent all that money on him, I was like, "What? What? Like, why?" You know what I'm saying? Like,
That's
I
what
didn't
I
feel like
said.
he was locking people up like that. For us to go give him the money. But maybe it could be like a chemistry thing. We do have Mike Brable as the coach. They got
Yeah, similar system to Belichick, I'd imagine, but Vrabel actually played in the NFL for a while, so it might be completely different. Who knows? What do I know?
well, we're gonna find out this week. Who's the Raiders got week 1? We got the Cleveland Browns.
We got the Broncos on Monday. We should win that game because we should have beat them. I believe week 1. No, we played the Broncos. I think week 2 last year, and we barely lost because Case Keenum got some goal line bullshit. But that always happens to the Raiders. Whatever.
oh, you
But I
guys are
think
an
we could beat them.
underdog right now to the Broncos.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and that's how I like it. I want us to be the underdog to every team we face. So beat them.
I
I
hear you.
think you can
I
still
love that
have.
we are the underdog to the Cleveland Browns. I love it.
I think you guys can surprise Cleveland. I think it'll be a good humble pie for them, but I think they can win 10 games at least. They have to, right? The team they got.
I mean, you never know, bro. It's like a lot of times teams get all this talent and they still can't win, man. We would definitely. It's going to be interesting to see what Cleveland does. I think that we will come out and beat them week 1, and maybe after that they'll start putting it together and realize like, hey, even though we got all these people, well, this is my hope that they'll realize that even though we got all these people, we still gotta play football. We are a
Oh yeah, I mean they're gonna get woken up at some point in the season, better earlier than later. But I mean, I could definitely see you guys walking in there week 1 beating the Browns. I could see us beating the Broncos. Like I don't even know why that's a story, to be honest with you. Like whatever, I'll take it though. Like we have the better running back. Actually, Ryan Lindsey is probably better than our rookie. I haven't seen a rookie play. We have the better wide receivers. We have the better quarterback. I mean, I know these things don't really matter, but when you think about it, anybody with a brain, you can be like, oh well, the Raiders should win. But I don't work for Vegas. So.
yeah, that's what I'm saying, man. To be honest, I would have never thought that you guys would be the underdog to the Denver Broncos. I
The
mean,
Broncos,
it's
bro.
only, it's only a 1 point. They're only favored by 1 point, but still, it's like, come on, why?
I
you know what
mean,
I'm saying? Why that
hey
way as
man,
opposed to the other way?
I'll take it. I don't agree with it, but I'll take it. I mean, I think we can win. To be realistically, I think we can go 9-7. If we go 9-7, then I'll be pissed off that we don't get a good draft pick. But definitely we could win 9 games. But I think we might win 5. That's only one better than last year. But with AB, maybe 6 or 7. But it'd be surprising to me if we won like 12 games. I'd probably be over the moon if we won 12 games. I don't think we will.
Yeah, that ain't
But
happening. Let's keep it realistic. But
I was looking at some. I was looking at some player predictions. People got the Bills in there. If the Bills can make it, we can make it. I know the Bills
yeah,
got a good defense, but who is Josh Allen?
you know,
Nobody.
marijuana is becoming recreational in a lot of places, and I'm just saying that whoever's got the Bills in the playoffs are probably living in one of these
That's a
states.
buy, basically. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. If the Bills get to the playoffs, that's basically a buy.
I don't believe it. But we're gonna
I
wrap
don't.
this.
I don't think the. Yeah, go
Go
ahead.
ahead.
Go ahead.
Go
My
ahead.
fault.
No, go ahead.
No,
I'll let you get
I
in.
was gonna talk shit about. I was gonna talk shit about Lamar Jackson, but I'll
Alright,
save it for another day.
we'll hold that to Saturday. We're gonna wrap this one up real quick. I'm gonna give y'all my prediction for first NFL game. Well, I'll let you give yours. Who you got? You taking the Bears or you taking the Packers?
Oh man, you put me on the spot. Oh
Yeah.
God. All right, I'll go. I mean, safe money is on the Packers. That's house money right there. So I'll say Packers win 24, and the Bears. I would say 17. Well, I wouldn't be surprised to get 14. So I'll go 24-17 Packers.
Okay, Packers 24-17. I'm gonna go. I'm gonna have the Packers leading after the first half. I'm not sure if the Packers are gonna win
Oh
this
my
game,
God.
but I think
Oh
that they're
my
gonna
God.
come
Those
out.
spread numbers. Oh my God.
I think that the Packers are gonna be leading at the first half. That's a risk of $100 to win 130. I'll take that one. But we're gonna catch up with y'all Saturday or maybe early Sunday morning. You know, we got 2K coming out this weekend.
Lots
I'm
of
just as
2Ks.
excited for that as I am for this
You know,
NFL season, man. I took all Saturday off so I can hit the rec center and see what that's about.
He's not good, guys. He just likes to play. He just likes to ride on the coattail.
Okay.
He likes to
Well,
be in the kitchen when I'm in there. That's all. He helps to pass out samples.
yeah, I definitely assist him. You know, that's
That's his job. That's his job.
We'll definitely keep it at that, man. But we're gonna catch up with y'all Saturday. Thanks to everybody who listened in.